Hello everybody, my name's Jim and this is my goal video for 2024. You're not going to see a lot of pictures and stuff on the screen. You're just going to have to deal with my personality. I know, ooh, horror channel, scary. But we're going to get into the goals today. We're going to talk about it because everybody else that I follow is doing a video like this and I figured I'd jump off that bridge too. The first goal of 2024 is I want to smile more. I know that seems weird considering I'm not on camera. And that may change this year. I don't know. As somebody who does voiceovers at the company that I work for, it is a general rule that in order to motivate and encourage and inspire, you need to smile. Because even if people can't see you, they know when you're smiling and you're energetic. And I want to push that energy through my videos so that you guys, you wonderful, amazing viewers out there, will be more encouraged to possibly pick up the books that I like. You know, that's the whole point of having a Booktube channel, is so that I can tell you what I love and what I don't love and kind of help you make decisions based on that. Because picking books out is hard. It's a hard job. You know, there's so many books out there. Sometimes it's just easier to have somebody tell you what to do. And when I tell you what to do, I want to be happy about it. The next goal I want to talk about are challenges. I need to finish my cultural preservation challenge with Daughters of the Dust, which is a book I'm very excited for. I need to start it soon. I am currently in the middle of reading a few books right now, so it's not going to be for January, but I do hope that in February or March I will get to it. And then I'll move on to the Adoption and Foster Care Challenge, which I made a video about not too long ago. And I call these challenges because they're commitments, and committing to something is a challenge for me. It's basically me committing to a very small TBR, and I may or may not get through the Adoption and Foster Care Challenge in 2024. This is not some sort of pressure that I'm putting on myself to get through all of these books, but I do want to read most of them, if not all of them, because it is January and I do have this planned. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if I can commit, and then I'll have hopefully another challenge in the works by the end of this year. I'm not going to participate in any readathons, again, because of commitment. Same with buddy reads. I might do buddy reads. I don't mind those so much as long as my buddies don't mind me being the last one to finish reading a book. I have participated in one, I think, in 2023. I was supposed to participate in two, but the second one kind of flopped because I just was not in the mood for the book at the time, and I'm going to get to that book towards the end of this video. But I am not going to participate in any readathons this year, but the readathons that I would be most interested in, I do tend to read books that would fit that readathon throughout the year anyway, and I have no problem watching other people's videos of them participating in readathons so that I can get some of that inspiration for myself whenever I need one of those themes in my life. You guys continue to participate in the readathons. I will happily watch your videos. I will like them. I will comment on them. And I will pull inspiration from you because you are all awesome. Video changes this year. The biggest one, and I would kind of like feedback on this, is I am going to downgrade my analysis videos a little bit more. They're very long. They're full of spoilers. In fact, I not only talk about the characters, which originally those were supposed to be character-focused videos with the relationship webs, but those videos also spoil pretty much the entire plot of a book. I want to downgrade them. I want to keep them character-focused. By doing that, I might pull out one character from a book and talk about them in full detail. There will still be spoilers, but it'll be focused on them, how they impact the plot, how they interact with other characters in the book. It'll be a bit more manageable for me and a bit more digestible for people who actually want to watch it. I think the spoiler aspect is one of the reasons that people are turned off to those analysis videos. I do get a few views, which is cool. The Cotton Candy Massacre video got a lot of views. I think that book has a pretty tight following, and that's pretty cool to see. And if you're watching this video and you are a fan of the Cotton Candy Massacre, I am going to read part toots at some point. So be ready for that because I need some of those characters in my life again. But yeah, I am going to downgrade that some. I would like your feedback on it though, because it would be much better to know if this is something that people would actually like to watch, whether there are spoilers or not. I do have a couple of videos in mind already, so I might just post them as test runs just to see how they do. These will not replace the playlist videos for specific characters because I know I do that too. Sometimes I will be inspired to make videos like that are a little less spoilery, while other times I will jump into more of a character analysis. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue dedicated reviews for books. I might, but again, I do want to kind of keep this channel character focused since I am a character reader. I might do it though. It depends on my mood, I guess, but usually the wrap-ups are enough. Bookish discoveries are still going to happen. Just keep in mind that they take a lot of editing. Even if they're 5 minutes long, a lot of editing is involved in those because those do have stock video footage and little cute animations or whatever I can do in Camtasia. I still need to finish the reading method trio with physical books at some point. Everything else is going to stay the same. What is everything else? Wrap-ups and tags. I think that those are the only stones that I haven't turned yet. So those are staying the same. I don't do tags very often, but if I'm inspired to do it, I will. And finally, because that didn't take long enough, I guess, goals in general, even though this is a goal video, I don't know why I put that as goals. I have an arbitrary reading goal of 24 books this year. Last year I had 12. This year I'm putting 24 just to make the number higher. I read 52 last year. I don't want to pressure myself by putting a higher number. Like, it could be easy maybe for me to put 55 and say that I'm going to read 55 books this year instead of 52, but I'm not sure I'm actually going to do it. And if I don't meet the goal, I know I'm going to be extremely disappointed in myself, and that's not something that I want to feel with a hobby. So I'm leaving it at 24, 2 books a month. I think that's attainable. 2 is the lowest number of books that I've ever read in a month last year. So at least I think. Maybe there was one month that I read just 1. Whatever. Either way, this is attainable. I'll be fine. I don't think that I'm going to be disappointed at the end of 2024. And hey, funny, 24 books in 2024. Actually, that is a tag, and I probably should do that tag where I list out 24 books that I want to read this year. But again, I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to disappoint myself. I do want to read more historical fiction this year because I didn't do a good job of that last year. There are a couple of historical fiction books in the challenges that I'm doing by default, but I don't really want to count those. Those are things that I committed to before 2024. I want to pick out historical fiction books intentionally and read those this year. The Song of Achilles and Mr. Bridge both count as historical fiction. They have been sitting on my shelf for years. I have the physical versions of those. I need to read those, and maybe this is the year that I do it. I need to do it. It's taken a long time, and it's not that I feel like these books are going to be bad and I'm going to hate them. I just have not been in the mood to read them. And I explained a little bit about Mr. Bridge in my dedicated Mrs. Bridge review. If you want to listen to that, it's not a spoiler video, so you can kind of hear my thoughts about why I haven't picked up Mr. Bridge. But I think this is the year. This needs to be the year. And if I don't like them, if I'm reading them and I just don't feel like reading them anymore, I'm gonna DNF. I'm gonna do that a little bit more this year too. All of my other genres are staying the same. Horror, mystery, thriller, of course. Memoir, duh. This is basically a memoir channel. I have so many memoirs that I want to read this year. And then contemporary literary fiction. And then, of course, historical fiction. I'm going to start reading a little bit more this year. Oh, and another thing. I'm so glad that I caught this before I started editing this video. I want to request more ARC, Advanced Reader Copy, whatever, books this year. I requested one this month, and I was able to get it, and I'm really excited. I'm going to be able to wrap it up. at the beginning of February because it is a book that's actually releasing this month. So it fits perfectly. It's perfect timing. I want to do that more this year. I gave up on requesting ARCs last year, kind of in the middle of the year. I figured, I'm never going to get them because I'm not big enough, whatever. Boo-hoo. Smallest violin. But I did get one this month, and I'm excited. And I also got one from my friend Nikki Pappas, whose book I read last year, As Familiar as Family. She actually gave me an ARC back in November, but I wasn't able to read it. But she has since sent me a paperback version of her book that is signed by her and her husband Steven, which is super sweet. Love them. I am going to read that book at some point this year too. But I'm really excited. Got my first ARC. I'm probably irrationally excited about having this ARC. And you're going to find out what that book is in February. I've sped through it so far. It's a good read so far. It's very much my vibe. That's all of my goals, I think. I think I've gone through everything. We'll see if I stick to them. Maybe, maybe not. Going back to my commitment issues, they exist. But I would like to know your goals for 2024, and if you have anything specific planned that you want to take part in this year. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video for whatever reason, do leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, I've been Jim. You've been great. Happy reading, and Happy New Year.